Well, hi, friends. Old Pinhead South here at your service. No, I'm kind of I'm kind of sore at myself, is the best way to put it. The it's in it. Well, what happened is this. Of course, yesterday my brother and I walking all over the swamps, just a little bit west of Chester, New Jersey, and hiking and stuff. And gee, we had the best old time. I even uh, I even remember, I don't know, I was somewhere in I don't know, we went into a store somewhere, I know, and Eddie said, geez, I got to buy this big apple pie. Because his wife was going to have people over, and um, they were going to have pie, I guess, and tea and talk a bit. Just have a little a minor get together, but a get together. I mean, it wasn't going to be. I don't think they had to hire a band or a fireworks technician for the backyard. They were just, having friends over. And I remember Ed saying, well, geez, why don't you and Sandy come over? And I said, well, that's a good idea. I said, but I've got to work at the store. I kind of forget my hours, but I guess when I'm done, I could just drop in, right? Or maybe pick up Sandy and then come over. He says, yeah, I guess, sure. He says, there'll be plenty. And he showed me this big, humongous pie. I think it was either a peach pie or an apple pie. And boy, it looked good. But not only that, even if it was, even if it was one of those little $1 pies, and everybody's cutting a little tiny wedge off it, it would still have been worth it to go sit at my brother's house and jabberjaw and talk and, yuck it up for for an hour or two. And then today I get home from work. In fact, I went right by, I was within a mile of my brother's house on my way home to from the store from the supermarket to where I live. And I even said, geez, oh, gosh, Ed's house just a mile up there. Boy, ain't that something. And I get home, and I'm sitting there with Sandy, and all of a sudden, I don't know why, but I said, well, I ought to call Eddie, see how he's doing, see what's cooking. I call him up, and I said, so how you doing? How's things going today and all that? I said, yeah, I just got in from work. And Ed says, well, he says, gee, he said, we just had people were going to come over to have pie, and they didn't they didn't show up. And I said, uh-oh. I said, you invited us too, didn't you? He says, well, yeah, but he said, I knew you had to work. And I said, yeah, but still. Oh, Ed, I feel bad. You got that big, beautiful pie. And, well, he says, it'll freeze. He says, that's no problem, but doggone. And I'll tell you that, well, I apologized and I said, I'm home now, and I guess we're going to eat supper. I totally forgot about it. And I said, I feel awful. He says, no. He says, that's okay. Another time. So now I think what I've got to do is make more notes, because that totally went in one ear and out the other with that they were having that pie. And we're talking pie. This was a super pie. Oh, beautiful. And, I'm sure what they've done is freeze. They've frozen it now, I'm sure, and it'll be there for some dinner. But have you ever done that? Someone invites you, and yep, and it goes in one ear and out the other, somewhere along the way. Yeah, maybe not when you were told. You may have actually said, "Wow, that's a great idea," and then that part that's gone in this ear is, working the combination to get out this ear. And Away it goes. Oh, Lord have mercy. Isn't it fun being a human? Ay, ay, ay. Well, anyway, all is forgiven. Ed's fine. I imagine that pie will, again, probably sit in the freezer, and some night everybody will come over for supper, or maybe we'll invite them over, and I say, hey, bring a pie. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Tell you. Boy, it's fun getting old. I'm telling you. But again, for my own defense, I basically just ran like a nut in that store I worked for today. I mean, you name it, I was doing it. Oh my God. And it's just one thing after another, after another, after another. And oy, by the time I walked out of there, I said, oh. And that was just me on the sidewalk. Yeah. No, I wasn't quite that bad, but it was something. Oh, anyway, I'll see you later. Oof. I think I've got to start carrying a notepad. Yeah. Of course, I'll lose it. Yeah. No. Let's hope not. Okay, I'll see you later. God bless. And well, Ed, I am sorry. Yeah, and Helen, of course. And well, maybe next time something will snap and I remember it, because there ain't nothing I like better than a nice pie. And this was either apple or peach, or maybe both. Yeah, this was a pie amongst pies, a pie to supersede all pies. All piedom quakes when this pie gets put on the table. That was the pie. Anyway, I'll see you later. God bless.